Battle Through the Heavens God, The Flame Emperor Chapter 15, Welcome to Pill Lightning Calamity. Pill lightning is also considered a test for alchemist. Alchemists refine all kinds of medicinal pills, and naturally they have to go through the test of pill lightning. The imperial medicinal pill is too tyrannical, causing the power of heaven and earth to destroy it, and if the alchemist can't protect the medicinal pill, then the medicinal pill will be destroyed. It can also be regarded as a kind of final test for alchemist. Pill lightning, along with the improvement in the quality of medicinal pills, is not to be underestimated, even by ordinary 4-star Dodi, with 9-color thunder clouds similar to this imperial medicinal pill. Yuuru frowned slightly, but there was also some worry in her eyes. The power of the 9-color thunder clouds of the imperial medicinal pill is too strong, although Xiaoyan is definitely very human, so he has more confidence in him, but this 9-color pill lightning is not something that is easy to refine. It is not impossible to overturn the ship at the last moment if you are not careful. Under the worried gazes of the members of the association and Yuuru, Xiaoyan, who was the party involved, smiled. He raised his head and glanced at the 9-colored lightning bolt in the sky. The smile on the corner of his mouth became more and more intense. For Demon Puppet, it's really a great tonic. A chuckle came out from Xiaoyan's mouth, his palm lifted lightly, the light of the ring on his finger flashed slightly, and a dazzling silver figure appeared in front of him. Although the heavenly demon puppet is already at its limit on the Dochi continent, but his master Jinlong said that it can still improve. His master had been trying to repair and strengthen the heavenly demon puppet in the ring before, so he did give Xiaoyan much help. Just when Xiaoyan finished refining the medicinal pill, and his master finally completed the repair and strengthening of this heavenly demon puppet. After all, his master, the Golden Dragon King, is really strong. If he is the first in terms of physical training, no one dares to be the second. Therefore, it is reasonable to be able to improve the level of the Golden Demon Puppet. Today's heavenly demon puppet can withstand the full blow of the Dosheng powerhouse, but it is of little use to Xiaoyan, who has been promoted to Dode. The current heavenly demon puppet has been strengthened by the special power of the master, and it can be even more powerful to level up. Thinking of the terrifying strength that the golden demon puppet could rival the 5-star Dodi, Xiaoyan's breathing became much more rapid. This time, it's up to you. The palm lightly patted the body of demon puppet. Xiaoyan smiled, and immediately raised his head sharply, looking at the 9-color lightning clouds roaring in the sky, as if looking down at the disdainful gaze of a small creature. He laughed boldly. Come on, let me see how powerful your 9-colored pill lightning is. The violently rolling 9-color thunder clouds seemed to hear Xiaoyan's laughter. The rolling 9-colored thunder clouds in the sky also became more and more intense. Shuttle around, as if the force of destruction was about to descend upon this tiny arrogant ant. As the thundercloud rolled, it suddenly shrank, and then a 9-colored lightning, like a giant python, swept out of the cloud layer, and then tore the space, with a terrifying chirping sound, facing Xiaoyan. The stone platform pounced fiercely. Go! Looking at the 9-color pill lightning that finally launched the offensive, Xiaoyan smiled, pointed to the void, and said softly to the heavenly demon puppet in front of him. The shout fell, and the dazzling celestial demon puppet in front of him suddenly stomped the ground with its solace, and the powerful force directly caused it to swept up into the sky, and then slammed into the powerful path in front of everyone's astonished eyes. Above the lightning. Ugh! Seeing this scene, a sigh suddenly sounded in the square. Looks like it's going to fail this time. From everyone's perception, that puppet can deal with Dosheng powerhouses at most for 1 or 2 times, and how could it be possible to persist in the face of the 9-colored pill lightning, which is helpless for the 4-star Do Emperor powerhouses? Go down. Hey! Yuuru also sighed softly, but before she could speak, her face changed suddenly, because she suddenly discovered that the heavenly demon puppet that was hit by the 9-color lightning, not only did not crack open, but its damaged body actually began to repair slowly during the thunderstorm, and the sunken chest that was instantly hit by the lightning, the sunken part, was also gradually bulging. This puppet is actually absorbing the power of pill lightning. Looking at the celestial demon puppet that was struck by lightning, but became more and more dazzling, the eyes of all the people watching from the audience suddenly shrank. They had never heard of such a strange puppet. No wonder you dare to come to assess the imperial alchemist at a young age. Baisa said to Xiaoyan, who was controlling the heavenly demon puppet and constantly absorbing pill lightning on the stone platform. Boom, boom, the splendid lightning in the sky, like a giant dragon roaring in the sky, raged and danced in the sky, and immediately brought a dazzling lightning bolt, swept down the sky and covered the ground, and finally almost bombarded the body of the demon puppet in midair. The lightning fell fiercely on the body of the demon puppet, and the brilliant silver lightning overflowed, and immediately turned into countless tiny electric snakes, which continuously followed the demon puppet's skin, and then got into its body. The splendid power of lightning poured into the body of the demon puppet, and then quickly strengthened the bones and withered flesh inside. Everyone in the audience looked at it from a distance, and the heavenly demon puppet was like a thunder god, floating in the sky, and within 10 meters of its body, there were flashes of lightning, and that kind of terrifying momentum made one's scalp tingle. On the stone platform, Xiaoyan stood with his hands behind his back. Heavenly demon puppet took all the 9-color lightning bolts shot at him by force, which made him extremely relaxed, and he didn't have to spend the slightest effort to deal with this difficult pill lightning. Above the sky, the thunderous rumblings resounded endlessly, and the tumbling 9-color thunderclouds, like a thunderbolt manufacturing machine, continuously spewed out numerous more and more brilliant thunderbolts, and then smashed all of them on the body of the earth demon puppet. The riot of the 9-color thundercloud lasted for nearly 10 minutes before it gradually stopped. In the past 10 minutes, almost 100 lightnings with extremely terrifying power swept out of the thundercloud, but fortunately, these lightnings, it did not cause any damage to the heavenly demon puppet, but instead caused the surface of its body covered with dazzling silver to faintly appear a little bit of dark red luster, constantly covering the heavenly demon puppet's body. As expected of a 9-colored pill lightning, Xiaoyan's eyes were sharp, and he was the first to notice the dark red luster on the body of the heavenly demon puppet. At the moment, his eyes couldn't help but fill with joy. Although these dark red luster were extremely pale, Xiaoyan was quite satisfied. He is very clear, to make the heavenly demon puppet evolve into a golden demon puppet, what a huge amount of thunder power will be required. This 9-colored pill lightning is really a great supplement. It should be able to perfectly evolve to the level of the golden demon puppet in a few strikes, but the current sky demon puppet is not going to give way even to the 2-star Dode. Xiaoyan looking at the 9-color pill lightning that could not help but weaken its power and slowly fade away, he said with satisfaction. This kid is really amazing. He actually wants to complete the first part of instilling spirit and the second part of cultivating spirit together. In this case, the power of the elixir's pill stage will increase exponentially. Bai Su saw Xiaoyan's words at a glance. But how are you going to conquer the lightning tribulation of the medicinal pill, and the soul tempering of the Battle through the Heavens God, the Flame Emperor Chapter 16, Final Exam, Soul Training. With the disappearance of pill lightning, thunder clouds also slowly disappeared. It's done. Xiaoyan shouted loudly. The 3 piles of liquid in the medicinal cauldron had already fused together, and when Xiaoyan lifted it, a dark red medicinal pill was slowly rise from the medicinal cauldron. The dark red delicate pill, after being silent for a few seconds, suddenly burst into the sky full of tyrannical dough spirit, trying to break free from Xiaoyan's control. The seemingly ordinary and invisible power contains the power that makes the soul tremble. Xiaoyan recognized it at a glance. This is impressively a means of soul attack. You must know that the ordinary 8th grade pills already possess a certain human nature, and the 9th grade pills have corresponding spirituality. As for the emperor grade pills, they already have wisdom that is not weaker than that of humans, so they want to break free from birth. Xiaoyan's control allows him to live in this world. Looking at the agitation of the dark red medicinal pill in the medicinal cauldron, how could Xiaoyan not be clear? 9-colored pill lightning imperial medicinal pill has succeeded. How could it fail in this last step? He immediately sat down with his legs crossed and his eyes closed, because Xiaoyan also knew that, if he wanted to perfectly control and subdue this unruly imperial medicinal pill, he could only control it from his soul, defeat it with soul power and make it surrender. That is, the soul tempering? Chairman Baisa said. Only a small number of people know that if a medicinal pill surpasses the imperial grade, it has the wisdom not weaker than human beings. At this time, only after the medicinal pill's soul tempering make it come down and become a real imperial medicinal pill. The so-called soul training is the battle of the soul. In general, the power of the soul contained in the imperial pills is extremely powerful, and it will cause serious trauma to every alchemist, but when encountering Xiao Yan, this imperial pill is obviously asking for hardships. Xiao Yan has the soul of the emperor. Moreover, he has already cultivated his soul, and there is even more help from heavenly flames. Boom boom boom. The dark red pill hovered above the medicinal cauldron, and the surrounding area of the pill continued to emit visible soul power. The power transformed into a huge python with fangs and claws, constantly circling and moving, constantly looking at Xiao Yan, as if looking for the most suitable time to launch a fatal blow. This is a giant python comparable to a 4-star dode. Everyone felt it from the terrifying python. Xiao Yan's own strength is a 3-star dode, and although most of the alchemists have strong soul power, there are very few techniques and do skills for cultivating the soul, so the attack method of soul power has always been the disadvantage of alchemist. Soul tempering is also to strengthen the alchemist control over the power of the soul so that it can use the power of the soul to launch unexpected attacks. Xiao Yan closed his eyes and sat on the steps, also mobilizing his enormous soul power to fight against the imperial medicinal pill. A trace of huge soul power continuously radiated from Xiao Yan's body, and gathered into a gray energy dragon under the eyes of everyone. The giant dragon screamed at the python in the sky, as if it was declaring war like the python condensed from the imperial medicinal pill. I don't know how this kid's soul attainments are. The soul power of the emperor pill can't be underestimated. If it really doesn't work, let me do it. After all, it's already a good thing for this kid to do this. In the future, I have to thank this kid. Bai Su looked at the stalemate in the sky, but Xiao Yan's soul battle had already ended. The giant dragon was constantly being bitten by the python, and the energy giant already had holes in its body, as if it could be destroyed at any time. When everyone saw Xiao Yan like this, they couldn't help but be shocked. The materialization of soul power requires powerful soul control power, and the consumption of soul power is also enormous. What's more, this is not only the materialization of soul power, but also uses the soul power after materialization to attack. If the energy dragon suffers huge damage, the damage will fired back to Xiao Yan in a geometric multiple. Only then did Chairman Bai Su worry. He thought that Xiao Yan could do this at a young age. No matter what, he had to be protected. This is the future of the Alchemist Association. The battle in the sky is still going on. The increasingly condensed energy python chased and beat the giant dragon in waves, and the giant dragon could only retreat in the face of the powerful attack of the python. But discerning people can see the difference, know how to forbear, charge up a blow. This Xiao Yan is really powerful. The silver-haired woman Yuoro initially frowned as she watched the retreating giant dragon in the sky fall into the lower winds. She was also worried that Xiao Yan would be severely damaged by the destruction. But in a blink of an eye, Xiao Yan, who had closed his eyes, seemed to be muttering something to himself, and then he looked at the giant dragon in the sky and it seemed that something was quietly brewing, and he immediately understood. Come over. Humph. After being arrogant for so long, it's time to end. Xiao Yan, who was sitting with his eyes closed, suddenly opened his eyes and shouted loudly. It's over. The transparent giant dragon that was about to disappear suddenly spit out a terrifying energy from its mouth, heading straight to the python. The python, transformed by the dark red medicinal pill, seemed to realize that this terrifying energy was not something he could resist, and hurriedly escaped. But Xiao Yan had endured it for so long, how could he have given it this chance? Huang Quan's anger. Immediately, he struck the soul of the python who wanted to escape. It was the 3 do skills of Huang Quan's finger, Huang Quan's palm, Huang Quan's anger, the Huang Quan's heavenly wrath that were obtained from the demon saint of Huang Quan at the Doqi continent. Since Xiao Yan was promoted to Dodi, even this heavenly ranked do skill is not to be underestimated. Especially Huang Quan's anger of soul attack. Every time Xiao Yan uses it, it has a destructive effect. How could the python that escaped will thought that Xiao Yan had such a powerful means of attacking its soul? His soul stagnated for a second, and the huge energy soul also stayed in the air. Saying it's too late is too fast, 1 second is fleeting, but that's enough. Xiao Yan smiled knowingly. Just after Huang Quan's anger caused the python to stagnate for a second, the terrifying energy in the dragon's mouth reached the python. Bang bang bang. A series of voices came from the python. The huge python that was majestic instantly shattered, and the restless medicinal pill in the medicinal cauldron also fell silent. The soul of the Emperor's medicinal pill has been defeated. You should surrender. Chairman, this imperial medicinal pill is really extraordinary, and I was lucky enough to finish it. Xiao Yan held the warm medicinal pill he had just taken out from the jade bottle and clasped his fist at Chairman Baisu, suddenly exhausted. Qing Yuan had been silently watching Xiao Yan refining the medicinal pills before, and seeing Xiao Yan like this, she hurriedly stepped forward to support Xiao Yan. The traces of douqi spread out from Qing Yuan's body. Xiao Yan felt that these douqi could actually make him recover. The douqi that was about to be exhausted in his body quickly recovered, and even the soul was nourished. Xiao Yan was very shocked by this situation. He had never heard of this kind of douqi, but he didn't ask much about it in the Alchemist Association, and immediately looked at Chairman Baisu. It's wonderful, it's really wonderful. Xiao Yan's medicinal refining skills are really amazing. I announce that Xiao Yan, your Emperor rank first rank profound pill, has passed the alchemist examination. Chairman Baisu said to the fellow students and the person in charge of the association present. At the same time, you will also be the youngest worship elder of our alchemist association. Worshipping elder. It is rumored that the worshipping elders of the Alchemist Association are at least the first rank earth pills of the Emperor rank or the strength of the 4-star Dodi or above. But judging from Xiao Yan's refining method this time, this worship elder lives up to its name. The people present said sparsely. Sorry, Chairman, if I'm going to disappoint you. I may not have time to be the dedicated elder of the Alchemist Association. Xiao Yan looked at everyone embarrassedly. What did you battle through the heavens God, the Flame Emperor Chapter 17, Trade. Vice Chairman calm down, I'm not used to this kind of restraint, so I'm going to let you all down. Xiao Yan looked at Bairuo apologetically. Ha ha ha, you really don't have to worry about it. Baisu hurriedly grabbed his younger brother Bairuo, who was just too impatient, and the haste is not enough. Little friend Xiao Yan, listen to me. You can rest assured that the enshrined elder of our Qingcheng Alchemist Association can also be a temporary post, and not necessarily to stay in the association. Moreover, the association's worshipping elders have status wherever they go, and it is extremely convenient to buy some medicinal herbs. Baisu accompanied him with a smile. Baisu is an old fox. Looking at Xiao Yan's achievements at a young age, his future achievements are limitless, hence the invitation. Little friend Xiao Yan, what do you think? Okay, I'll join, but let's just say it's just a name. Xiao Yan also knew that he was a first-timer on the ramp, and joining Qingcheng's Alchemist Association's worship elder could indeed bring him a lot of help, so Xiao Yan agreed, but Xiao Yan is really not suitable to be an elder. At best, he is a hands-off shopkeeper. You little bastard, don't hurry up. After refining the pill, what insights do you have after watching it for so long? Go to retreat for me. You can see other people, Xiao Yan, and we are watching you. Baisu marveled at Xiao Yan at the bottom of the steps. The members of the Alchemist Association shouted loudly. When the people under the steps heard this, they were still a little unconvinced, secretly saying that it was unfair, but who made others Xiao Yan have the strength to make the chairman eccentric? Immediately had to leave. Then it's such a pleasant decision. I'll go and register it for you. It really takes a lot of time to refine the imperial medicine pills. Bairuo, take them to their respective room to rest. Baisu said while saying, follow me. Bairuo did not dare to refute, and immediately took Xiao Yan and the others to the lounge. That's it, you all go in and rest for a while, chairman will come over later. If you need anything, just call me directly. Bairuo led Xiao Yan and the others for a while, walked to a room that looked a little delicate, and opened it. Hello, Xiao Yan, my name is Yuoro, it's a pleasure to meet you. Xiao Yan and Qing Yuan had just pushed in the door. He first heard a sweet voice, and then saw 3,000 green silk with silver hair. Falling down, a delicate palm stretched out to a girl who smiled at Xiao Yan. Qing Yuan, have we gone to the wrong place? Xiao Yan looked at Qing Yuan behind him with some confusion. What kind of trouble is this? Unfortunately, Qing Yuan was also at a loss. Wait, you didn't go wrong, Yuoro hurriedly said, because Xiao Yan and the others seemed to be leaving, She originally thought that she would greet Xiaoyan very well, and then, how did she expect that Xiaoyan would simply not follow the routine play? Miss Yuero, right? Do you have anything to do with me? Xiaoyan looked at the woman named Yuero and said, this is the internal lounge of the Alchemist Association, and the people who can enter here are either powerful or powerful people. Then I won't speak secretly. I just watched your alchemist assessment, and I know from the chairman that you have another purpose for your visit this time, to find the Emperor-level Dragon Demon Core. Yuero did not shy away from saying it directly. How could someone who can pass the examination of an Imperial Alchemist be an ordinary person with a strange treasure? I need your flame, in other words, I need the fire spirit on you to do something. Of course, this so-called thing is just my family affairs, and I won't let you kill people and set fires. Our Yu family will give you a reward that will satisfy you, and although we don't have the Dragon Demon Core you need, we have accurate information. Yuero couldn't help but look at Xiaoyan with a bit of moving in her eyes. Not much, before finding a fire spirit for his father. Oh, Xiaoyan also thought about it seriously. Dragons have always been high-ranking creatures. Even other beasts with dragon bloodlines are poor. The girl in front of me actually has news of Dragon Beast. Then her background is not easy. Although the murderer of the Mu family has already been killed by Xiaoyan, Xiaoyan still has to refine the Guben Pei Yuan pill for Qing Yuan, to see what Master said, and to find out what is on Qing Yuan's body. It's a secret. How can you let go of such good news now? How are you thinking? Yuero was a little impatient, looking at Xiaoyan who had not responded. For a long time, her vindictive aura was instantly aroused. If this didn't tempt Xiaoyan, then she could only think of that. Yuero's cheeks couldn't help but feel uneasy, slightly red. Samsung Dode, Xiaoyan exclaimed. Although the 3-star Dode didn't do much damage to him, he didn't expect that the woman in front of him was actually a strong Dode, so she could sit here because she was not a powerful person but powerful. What do you want? A mere 3-star Dode. Xiaoyan's soul power protected Qing Yuan and shouted to Yuero. All right, don't get angry, the two of you, let's talk peacefully. Chairman Bai Su hurried over after registering. He knew that Yuero and this Xiaoyan were time bombs. Let's close the aura first. Yuero, communicate well, you don't seem to have much time. Humph. Yuero snorted coldly and then calmed down. This is your assessment medal. Remember to keep it. Also, this is a special cloak made by our Alchemist Association. You can hide your aura when you wear it on your body. Ordinary 3-star fighting emperors may not be able to find it. Bai Su handed the things over to Xiaoyan. Yuero on the side seemed to be still a little angry, but looking at this scene, he realized that the man in front of him was a first-rank alchemist, and his behavior was indeed. I'm sorry, Yuero didn't control my emotions just now. When she thought that her father's time was running out, it was difficult to find someone with a fire spirit. She originally planned to communicate well, but she was confused. It was inevitable that Xiaoyan didn't decided to help, and she get a little angry, so there was the next scene. I promise you, but I can't guarantee that the treatment will be successful. I can only promise to do my best. Xiaoyan also didn't know what the situation of the woman in front of him was, but after thinking about it, he agreed. If there is no such place as the Alchemist Association, which is called the Paradise of Medicinal Refining, it would be a real pity to miss the news that Yuero had. You agreed. Yuero obviously didn't expect Xiaoyan to be like this. There was no change in first, but the next second he agreed. My father was beaten to death by a monster because he hunted a monster. I know from some secrets that only a fire spirit can save him. Yuero also said that these are no secrets. Father used to dote on him very much, but now his life is at stake. She was fortunate enough to meet a person who possessed a fire spirit. No matter what, Yuero had to say something to dispel Xiaoyan's worries. Qing Yuan was obviously moved by the scene of Yuero, and being able to do this for her father was enough to see that Yuero was a dutiful daughter. It's useless to talk too much, we'll find out when we get there. Xiaoyan also said solemnly, he didn't dare to guarantee such a deal, who knew what happened to her father. Guild leader, can you help me pay attention to the demon core of the Emperor rank dragon? Xiaoyan obviously didn't give up, and then asked the guild leader Bai Su. The magic core of the Emperor grade pills no longer distinguishes the attributes, as long as the magic core of the Emperor level beast can be refined. However, the Emperor level magic core is generally priceless, and the magic core of the dragon is basically hasn't appeared a few times, but I'll keep an eye for you, in this coming days. Chairman Bai Su said lightly. Since that's the case, let's go to Yuura's house first. Let's go, Yuura will lead the way. Xiao Yan was not a procrastinator either. After the assessment was over, he agreed to Yuura's deal and immediately asked Yuura, "Ah, you're leaving so soon?" Yuura was obviously taken back by Xiao Yan's attitude, but she felt a little warmth in her heart.